What?
When was this?
I've been in charge of the arrangements for the Summit of the Americas in 92 or 94. And this is on Air Force One. I was interviewing him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's super impressive.
Yeah.
Meet David Lawrence, one of America's most respected journalists. From earning a place in the Florida Newspaper Hall of Fame to shaping early childhood education and public policy in Florida. But his success wasn't handed to him. He built it from the ground up. I had the privilege of speaking with him to learn more about his journey.
So I was born in New York City. I'm one of 9 children, Irish Roman Catholic family. Grew up on a farm in upstate New York. Lived the kind of life where I was driving a tractor when I was 10 years old.
From farm life to the bustling city, as publisher of the Miami Herald from 1989 to 1999, he led the paper to 5 Pulitzer Prizes. So, I had to know, what fostered him to demand such journalistic excellence?
Well, I grew up in a family where you were expected to make something of yourself, and you were expected to do something for other people. And the newspaper business was a very significant and very healthy business in those times. And you had an opportunity 365 days a year to cover things and uncover things and make a difference, and leadership principles, have a vision for the future, know how to build relationships with other human beings.
After 35 years in journalism, David Lawrence retired in 1999, but his impact continued. His reporting exposed him to the challenges families faced, inspiring him to advocate for children's causes. In 2010, he founded the Children's Movement of Florida, a nonprofit focused on early education, health care, and family support. But how did he begin?
Lawton Childs, who was then the governor, asked me to lead a 2-year task force on school readiness. I'd never really heard on anything about the subject, despite the fact that we had 5 children. Half the children in Florida, we know this exactly, are not ready for kindergarten. And so just imagine the tragedy of all of that, that you're in kindergarten, you're 5 years old, everybody else seems to be kind of getting it, and you're not getting it. You act up and out. Teachers then special track you and so forth. We're off to the races. It's an American tragedy. So if you, 17, if you at age 17 are nervous sometimes and insecure, and I hope you are, because I think it's important, and if you have the chutzpah, the wherewithal to go ahead and do something, well, that's just fine. But a 5-year-old or a 4-year-old or a 6-year-old who's already made up his or her mind, I can't do things, that's scary for that child, not good for the future of the United States of America.
He was instrumental in advocating for the 2002 constitutional amendment that established free voluntary pre-K for all 4-year-olds in Florida. He also played a key role in the creation of the Children's Trust, a dedicated funding source that supports programs in Miami-Dade County.
So, for instance, this year, the Children's Trust will disperse in this one American community $234 million for early intervention and prevention, and we passed it twice. It's in perpetuity. So all of this kind of stuff takes years and years to make, and we won't complete the mission in my lifetime, and probably not in yours. But ultimately, what you want, there are 4+ million children born a year. What you want to make sure is that each child has a chance to fulfill his or her own potential. We all don't have the same potential, clearly, but you ought to have the best possible chance to fulfill that potential.
Since David's career is so inspiring, I asked him what our generation could do to make a difference.
People need to be with people. We live in a world that's pretty lonely. In your high school, there are people who are lonely. You have significant people with mental health challenges in your school. You have the potential of kids committing suicide and so forth. It is desperately tragic. I have had not a few people suddenly die, and I'm startled. I might have seen them 2, 3, 4, 5 days ago, and suddenly they're gone. Tell people to the degree you can, you really care about them. And so